Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. We are live on YouTube. How's everyone doing today? How are you all doing today? Welcome to the show. Man, what's a good man got to do to just rid himself of all evil surrounding him? A good man that's never ever harmed anyone and never will. A good man that's a God loving man that has nothing but the best intentions for everyone. My intentions are so good that I even try to reason and help out people that have harmed me or are currently harming me. But when people are struggling deep within with some deeply rooted and deeply scarred emotional issues, there's nothing you can do about that except pray to God that those people get the right help that they need. How's it going? Audio good, guys and gals? I'm tapping the furry ball. Audio good? TFT Rurik, I hope the day finds you all well. Absolutely. Hey, Cynthia, TFT Rurik, AZ Prod, how are you? Audio is good. Got 28 in the box, 4 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up and please share this out. This is going to be another good one. Hey, Tommy Honda. Hi, Eli. Bubbles, TFT, and AZ will not be in chat. I am walking on treadmill with Eli. Well, that's fantastic. That is fantastic. Hitomi Honda. Episode number 674 of Walking with Purpose Live. And I've got to say, I'm not surprised at this point. I'm really not surprised. I'm just not surprised one bit. But wow, what one person will do to try to make a whole lot of something out of a whole lot of nothing. Literally, this person is trying to make a whole lot of something out of a whole lot of nothing. And we'll get to that in just a little bit here. First of all, I want to update you folks. I want to update you folks on my girlfriend, Dawn. Hey, Jenny Sandler, how you doing? Before we get to the topic here regarding the wonderful Miss Tami, I know you're watching, Tami, and I know you're taking screenshots. I know you are screen recording, downloading, clipping stuff out. I know you're out there looking for past clips of me that have been taken way out of context and been spliced and diced, and you're looking for anything and everything you can to try to use against me. And I'm trying to be as professional as possible, but it's really hard to keep a straight face with what you continue to do to try to fool people, including myself, and you're not fooling anyone. The only person you're fooling, Tami, is yourself. That's all. You're only fooling yourself. I don't think at this point one person including my haters that are your biggest fans now, I don't even think they believe you. They just don't like me. They don't like me more than the fact that they don't believe you, which says a lot about their mental instabilities and emotional issues too, right? I mean, all these people have serious mental and emotional issues. I've been saying that for years. I've just never seen one single person try to take a whole lot of nothing and try to make it into a whole lot of something as far as Tami's done. You got a whole lot of nothing and you're trying to make it a whole lot of something when I've never even wronged you. It's pretty ridiculous. And I think the court even sees that with all of the nonsense that you filed. And you can clip this for the judge because I'm sure they're gonna see what you've filed, and I'll share that. It's public information. I'll share that. And we'll let the court of public opinion decide what they think, because the court of public opinion is entitled to their opinion. And Tami, it doesn't mean it's harassment. You think every little thing is harassment. Actually, you know no one's harassing you. You're just trying to find any way to escape this big mistake of this frivolous lawsuit you made. You're trying to find a way to escape this by still trying to blame me for things I never did, so that way it can all go away and it looks like you're the hero or something, right? And the truth of the matter, Tami, is no one's the hero here. This is all the most ridiculous stuff I've ever seen in my entire life. It tells me a lot about, how you're feeling deep within. I'm stating my opinion. I'm not harassing you. I'm not attacking you. I'm stating my opinions. I have the right to do that, just like you have the same right to do it on the flip side, and you've done it for many years. You accused me of a lot of things in recent paperwork you filed, and we'll get to that in a bit. But yet you forget everything you've done to myself and my girlfriend, all the threats you made. It's just the hypocrisy at its finest here, right? The desperation to get yourself out of a pretty crappy situation you put yourself in with this frivolous lawsuit. I mean, you got yourself into this. I gave you many options to walk away and end this respectfully. I was nice to you. I even, had your back, and you didn't give a shit. You didn't, and you still don't. When I've never done anything wrong to you. And I think, ma'am, your hatred for yourself supersedes your hatred for anyone else. That's the big problem right there. That's my opinion. That's not harassment. That's not bullying. That's called an opinion of your behavior. Yeah, Jenny, more paperwork. I'll get to that in a second here. Oh my goodness, even more paperwork? This is just absurd. I really thought she would accept the olive branch. What a shame. Well, there's more. I'll tell you what happened in a second. But first, an update on Dawn. Earlier today, I went to go see Dawn at the hospital. She is doing quite well. She's recovering nicely. I was a little bit, concerned when I got a call in the morning from Dawn, and she told me they were going to give her a blood transfusion. Now, when you have surgery, you have an open wound, and that has to heal. Obviously, you're going to put bandages on it, and you're going to, it's going to bleed for a little bit until enough scar tissue is generated by your body, and then it'll stop the bleeding, right? Well, they took Dawn's hemoglobin amounts, and they were 1/10 of a point below the level of where most doctors would feel a blood transfusion of some blood would be the best thing to do. So it wasn't like she was bleeding extremely profusely or anything like that. Now, I already knew her hemoglobin levels were a little bit low already, so I wasn't too worried about it. But when I went to the hospital and I talked to the nurse, it was a male nurse, a nice guy. Nice guy. He's got a great girlfriend. He was telling us about his story, and ironically, this guy's girlfriend lives in the same city where Don used to live in Hollister. It was pretty cool. Just a very good guy, probably in his late 20s or early 30s. And so Dawn was getting her transfusion. It all happened great. I spent some time with her. I went and had some lunch with her. And all is good. She's going to stay overnight, one more night, possibly tomorrow, but more than likely it'll be just for tonight. They're going to have PT, physical therapy, check her out tomorrow, and if they feel she can go home, she'll go home. If not, she'll stay one more night tomorrow, and then she should be coming home definitely within a couple of nights. I will be going back to see her at the hospital tonight before the hospital closes at 8 p.m. for visitors. So I'm only going to do a couple laps here today. I just wanted to make you folks aware that everything is going well. Dawn appreciates all of your thoughts and your prayers. I appreciate all of your thoughts and your prayers, and we both love you and appreciate your support. So happy she's recovering. Back to my treadmill. Says, hey, Tami, thank you so much for the update. You're welcome, Jenny. Outspoken, thank you. Prayers for Dawn. Hey, GLM. GLM, have you seen what Tami's done? She filed more paperwork. We're going to talk about it. And boy, oh boy. I would really love to get the opinions of my audience here in the chat. Now, here's the thing, Tami. You can screenshot all this, and you can submit all the paperwork you want to the court for small claims. And people stating their opinions on a YouTube chat is not against the law, and it's not harassment and bullying. You can keep submitting all of that to the courts. And I'm just, hey, I'm not the court, but honestly, they're gonna look at this and say, what the hell is this? They're gonna look at it and say, wow. Over people stating an opinion over a public case, which is what people do on real TV, right? Okay, ¿qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa, hombre? Órale, Holmes. Anyway. ¿Qué pasa? So, yeah. Let's talk about it. Episode number 674, Walking with Purpose Live. I'm trying to be professional. I'm not going to be unprofessional, but I can't help but laugh. This is just the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen in my entire life. I've never seen one person try to take things as far as Tami has and make a whole lot of something out of a whole lot of nothing. Zero, zilch, zip. All because you don't want to lose this. And it's not about winning or losing. This should have never been filed in the first place. You know you're wrong, and you just won't admit you're wrong. You had many opportunities to work this out with me. I've been very nice to you. And instead, all you do is you try to bury me with paperwork. Right? That's all you're trying to do. And you're furthermore making my intentional infliction for emotional distress. You're solidifying my countersuit more so with the ridiculous paperwork you keep filing on the same stuff that's already been denied. Now I got to spend another 4, 5, 6 hours to respond to some paperwork. I'll get to that in a second. I've got to send it out to her, certified mail, spend more money to do that, go to the court and file it. print it out, waste ink, waste paper. That's how it goes, right? That's what she wants to do. She wants to see me suffer over something I never did. All for what? Because I denied her an interview? I listened to a few people that she didn't like? I never once came at her or anything. The only times I talked about her were after she started attacking myself and my girlfriend, Dawn. And I'm going to tell you folks the ridiculous stuff that she's filed. We're going to talk about it because honestly, it's a public case and I don't care. I'm not going to be bullied. I'm not going to be harassed. I'm not going to be made a mockery of. I'm going to stand up for myself professionally, respectfully, maturely. It's my right to do so, and I'm going to. It is so dumb if you ask me, time waster, says Willis. Jenny Sandler, I believe at this point it's almost as if she wants somehow to have a nervous breakdown. I know it would. I know I would. This is too much, right? I have not seen. I've been busy rattling the lady boys in the Krama community. Okay. It's a journey, but she will make it, says Jenny. You're talking about Dawn. Thank you. Yeah, no, Dawn's doing great. So let's talk about Tami. You're being ridiculous. You're being extremely ridiculous. Not just ridiculous, extremely ridiculous. I've never done you wrong, Tami. I've never done you wrong. I've never once harassed you. I've never once bullied you. You're making that all up because you're trying to get the court to do something for you because you never wanted to come out to Redwood City regarding this case. That's why you know, two and a half months ago, you tried to settle with me. I wasn't going to settle with you. I'm never going to settle with you. I'm ready to go to court. Okay? Then, about a week and a half ago or so, Tami tried to get the case dismissed. She tried to file a motion to dismiss my counterclaim. I responded to that motion, and like the next day or so, or a couple days after I responded, her motion was denied. Now, I didn't think that would be the end of it, right? Now, there are some people that have reached out to me behind the scenes. Several people saying that, you know, maybe she's trying to use what you're saying against you, what you're saying online. I'm not saying anything that's wrong, and I'm not saying anything that I wouldn't say in the court of law in front of the judge. And it doesn't matter whether I would talk about this or not, she would do an exact same thing. This was her plan all along. To string this along for content and to try to get me to settle the case because she never thought I would file a countersuit for $10,000 for business identity theft with the intentional infliction of emotional distress. And I can prove all that. And that's why she's now trying to get my countersuit dismissed again on the same form that the court denied. The court denied this like last week after she had filed this a few weeks before that. Then I responded to it. The court denied it. Now she has filed to dismiss it again. And now she's claiming that I'm harassing her and that there are people that are creating third-party harassment. And she's even accusing you, GLM, which you've never once harassed her. All you wanted to do was be a witness for me. If anything, what she's doing is witness tampering. But I'm not going to accuse her of that. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I have more than enough to make my case without any witnesses. I've got more than enough evidence to prove that her claim is frivolous and to also back my counterclaim of business identity fraud with the intentional infliction of emotional distress, which is why you keep filing this stuff, whether it gets denied or not. You want to bury me in paperwork and make me miserable and waste my time. That's what you're doing. That's what I highly assume you're doing. And that's really sad that you would want to do that to another human being. Because if you want to bury me with paperwork, that's fine. I'm good at paperwork. I don't like it, Tami, but I'm good at it. Trust me, I am good at it. But why is she filing this? Because she also filed a motion once again to appear by video or telephone. She filed a motion to appear remotely for this case by video, claiming that she fears my bullying and harassment. What a crock of shit. Hogwash. Phony baloney. You never wanted to come out here in the first place. And now we're what, 12 days away from the case? And now you're scrambling to try to find a way out of this. You're trying to dismiss my counterclaim twice now. Obviously, if you thought it didn't have any merit, you wouldn't try to do that. But now you're trying to dismiss my counterclaim twice. And now you're trying to get them to approve you for a remote appearance by video due to bullying and harassment. You have to prove that, ma'am. I've never once bullied and harassed you. I've never once bullied and harassed you. Well, they feel like they have to, says Natasha. Hey, Natasha, when one hates oneself, they need to do whatever it takes to get attention and love. Yeah, her hatred for herself is creating all of her issues. That's the truth of the matter. If anything, I think this woman needs some serious therapy. Like, everything that she's done to me is absolutely hogwash ridiculous. I'm not backing down, Tami. I'm all the way in on this. And if you keep on going, we're going to go to civil court. We're going to go all the way. And you can bring all your screenshots and whatever you have, right? And a lot of that stuff is fabricated. It's edited. It's inadmissible anyways. And all that stuff, Tami, has nothing to do with our case. You're reaching from the past over things I never said that were taken out of context through this one same group. The fact that you're digging back years and sending information to the court about things that are irrelevant to our case, what are you trying to prove? My intent? She's literally trying to, find any little reason to not show up for court, which is why she filed, again, this motion to dismiss on the same SC 105 form. And then she filed another request to appear by video. She already applied early on in the case to appear by video, and they denied that. Right? She's trying to get it approved this time because she fears bullying and harassment. Well, she tried to falsely accuse me of cyber stalking in her state of Florida, and the judge didn't believe her. The judge didn't buy it. And they dismissed that case. Another thing that Tami is saying, he accused me on a public court record that I filed a fraudulent police report on her. There's nothing fraudulent about it, ma'am. I'm the owner of the Genuine Networking Association. I even shared screenshots of my Facebook and LinkedIn group pages that have been in commerce since 2011 and 2012. And they're used every single day. You have nowhere near the presence on your fake G&A that I have on my real one. Nowhere near the presence. My police report with the Redwood City Police is valid and legit, or they would not have approved it. This small claims case boils down to one thing, and one thing only. You sued me for $2,500 for fraudulently taking down your YouTube channel for impersonation. Ma'am, 100% you were impersonating my channel. My G&A channel has been around since 2015. You used a similar star logo and you used a similar name. And I flagged you along with several others because you were impersonating. And again, what you don't understand, ma'am, is that just because you flag a channel for impersonation doesn't mean YouTube's going to remove it. Reporting someone through YouTube's reporting system, even for impersonation, is not the same as copyright or trademark. This has nothing to do with copyright infringement or trademark infringement. It has to do with you impersonating my business or my channel. In this case, specifically my channel. And you did do that. And YouTube made a decision that you were impersonating. Now, first of all, you have no case no matter what, but if you were to sue anyone, it would be more so YouTube because they're the ones that took your channel down, not me. All these reports are anonymous. Now, I went public on it because I don't care. I have nothing to hide. But there's absolutely no way you're gonna, I don't see any way that you can actually win a case when you were impersonating my channel since 2015. No way when I show up with my last 9 years of tax documents. No way when I show up with my federal employer identification number since 2014 and my California seller's permit since 2016. And show proof in commerce that I've got my website still up. I've also got Facebook, tons of Facebook group pages and business pages and LinkedIn pages. You know you made a mistake. You know you messed up. And now you're trying to find a loophole. You're trying to make things up. You're trying to say that I'm harassing you. I've never once harassed you. Talking about the story, ma'am, is not harassment. This is just sharing my thoughts on what happened. If she doesn't want to make a trip out there, she should have not filed a frivolous lawsuit, right? Like, Tami, honestly, by you trying to get this dismissed a second time, and by you also trying to, for a second time, request to appear by video, you're showing your cards, ma'am. You're showing your cards. There's no threat there. That's the truth of what's happening. Consider me a journalist sharing a story, but sharing a story of what I'm currently going through, right? I'm not harassing you. I'm stating the facts. I'm stating the facts. You are trying to get things approved that were already denied once. That's showing your cards 12 days before court. I've been very nice to you. I've been standing up for you. I've been saying that I understand why you feel the way you feel about other people coming at you. I felt that you've been victimized to a certain degree. You have, but so have many other people. And just because you feel you've been victimized by other people doesn't give you the right to victimize other people that are innocent that never did you wrong, like myself. If anything, Tami, what you did by doing this whole thing is you brought more value to the type of person I am and how I stand up for myself and how I handle things, because everything that's happened in this case that you've tried to throw my way frivolously, I've responded to very professionally. And I'm here, I'm still standing, and I'm not going anywhere. And I will show up at the courthouse in South San Francisco on March 18th with my nice gray Tommy Hilfiger shirt that you're all laughing at least the people that are lunatics on the other side of the fence here, you know, the drama people, the haters, right? And my nice navy blue Dockers, and my beautiful bald head, and my nicely trimmed and dyed beard with Just for Men. I'm going to look stellar. I'm going to use my nice deodorant, Gillette Clinical. I'm going to use some Dracar Noir. I'm going to wear my nice sports jacket. And I'm going to go to court, and I'm going to listen more than talk. I'm only going to respond when asked to respond. I'm not going to interrupt you. I'm not going to interrupt the judge. In essence, ma'am, I'm going to let you talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. And I will respond with simple phrases. That's not true, Your Honor. Only if the judge asks me, Mr. Melas, is that true? No, Your Honor, that's not true. Do you have any evidence supporting that, Mr. Melas? Absolutely, Your Honor. I'll have all my evidence digitally and on paper filed perfectly. So if the judge asks me for any one particular aspect of evidence to prove your BS, I'll be ready on a moment's notice. She will be coughing the whole time. Well, that's her, man. I'm not here to be... Listen, that's ridiculous, Will. But I get it. I understand, Will. You're frustrated. I get it. I'm not here to criticize her, health or anything like that. I'm here to talk about the situation at hand. I think it will look nice, says Hitomi Honda. Well, thank you. It's coming today. She named herself Crazy as Hell? Huh. Remember when Shamu faked a road trip to Arizona? What are you talking about, Shiroma? Was I around for that? Oh, you're talking about JB Gunner? Are you talking about JB Gunner when he went to SeaWorld and stuff? So now I got to go I've already submitted this once. So the submission responding to her request to dismiss my counterclaim is going to be similar, but now I've got to add verbiage to state she's trying to claim that I'm bullying and harassing her, or there's third-party harassment, and there's no such thing happening. This is just her attempt to try to weasel her way out of having to fly across the country to appear in court, because she never wanted to appear in the first place. And that's exactly how I feel the judge is going to see it. Because if your intentions, ma'am, were never to show up in court, you should have never filed this thing in the first place. Now, maybe other people that you would have done this to might have not had the strength, the courage, and the smarts to handle it the way I did. And maybe you might have gotten away with what you're trying to get away with me, but I'm not going to have it. You're going to have to meet me in court. If, unless, you want to risk losing your countersuit, you don't show up in court, you'll automatically lose your claim and could lose the counterclaim. That's up to the judge. And quite frankly, this is a matter of principle to me. It's not even about the money. Yes, it has cost me time, and time is money. It has cost me emotional distress at the highest degree. I've got a girlfriend in the hospital right now, and now I got to file paperwork for this case because you want to refile the same stuff you filed last week or 2 weeks ago that already got denied, to bury me in more paperwork, further creating emotional distress. Do you folks understand why I countersued for emotional distress? Do you see? I got so many other things to do, especially take care of my lady that's in the freaking hospital, than to deal with this garbage. You have some nerve, Tami, to keep pushing this to a level is not going to stick. See, the point of the matter is this. I've never threatened you. I've never harassed you. I've never bullied you. Besides all that, doesn't matter what I say. I can state my opinions that has no bearing on the case. You are reaching because you never thought that I would be such a worthy opponent. And now you're at a point of desperation trying to throw a Hail Mary. If you think Tami's trying to throw a Hail Mary like they do in football, put a 1 in the chat and explain why. I want to hear your thoughts. We are entitled to our opinions on a public case. Nothing wrong with that. Sharoma says 1. I thought Coach J had Tami on a weight loss program. So much for that. Well, listen, that's none of my business. I'm not here to talk about health or anything like that. The only thing I will say is that I don't wish harm upon anyone, including her, health-wise, or I don't wish harm upon anyone, period. I don't. And please, let's not bring weight or anything like that. Let's not take little snarky stabs like that. That's not right. Now, that is not third-party harassment, Tami, but that's what Tami does. She takes comments like that, screenshots them, and says, "Oh, Eli allowed that person to call me fat in the chat." That's not harassment, Tami. That's an opinion. It's a pretty immature opinion, but it's not harassment, Tami. It's definitely not harassment. It's just childish. Tami, not everything that comes out of people's mouths is harassment and bullying. If anything, Tami, you are the bully and the harasser. And I have actual evidence of you doing all that. Evidence. I've never once threatened you. You've threatened me. Your partner, Coach Jay, has threatened me. Did you forget the times you threatened me on an unlisted stream that I screen recorded? And the ones I screen recorded for Coach Jay too? You know I have those. So why, I mean, how in the world do you think you can accuse me of harassment and bullying when I've never once done it, but yet you've done it to me all the freaking time? Maybe not the last few weeks, but several months before that, you did it all the time, every day. She's throwing up a Hail Mary right now because she's desperate. She's in a position where she doesn't know what to do. That's my opinion. That's not harassment. That's not bullying. That's an opinion. I'm not backing down, Tami. I'm not. Because regardless of what happens, there will be a civil suit after this. If you want to file it, you can file it. Pay the fees. If not, I'll pay the fees. One way or another. I've given you many chances to walk away unscathed. But no. To you, what matters more is what Coach Jay thinks of you and what the Coach Eli haters think of you. That's pretty pathetic. That's ridiculous. It's asinine. I'm not scared by your false accusations. I'm ready to go to court and defend myself against everything. And again, this case only boils down to one thing. You sued me for fraudulently taking down your YouTube channel for impersonation, which is what you did. You were impersonating my Genuine Networking Association GNA channel that's been around since 2015, 8 years longer than the point of where you decided to try to play the ultimate trolling gig gone bad of impersonating my channel. And now you're going around and you're pretending to be the CEO of the GNA, which that's me. You're impersonating myself. You're saying that my police report with Redwood City Police, see, they're right over there. Redwood City Police, I love Redwood City Police. They're my buddies. They are great cops. I love the Redwood City Police Department. They're very reasonable and they're good people, right? They're very good people. My police report of business identity theft is spot on, 100%. That's what you did. And you're trying to claim that's a fraudulent report. What do you think the judge is going to say when I show her 9 years of past tax documents, my website, my federal employer identification number since 2014, my seller's permit since 2016? And what are you going to say? Oh, well, I decided to get a business license in Redwood City, even though I live in Florida, because I wanted to block Eli out and try to steal his business. Even if you don't say that, come on. The judge will put two and two together. You know, Miss T, why did you file for a business license specifically in Redwood City, of all places? You seem to think we're all dumb, Tami. You should have never, ever, 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 ever taken this as far as you have. Never. Now you're so far deep into it that you feel the need. This is my opinion, Tami. My opinion is that you're so far deep into it You're trying to save your face. And the more and more you're trying to save your face over something that was dumb to begin with, the more guilty you come off. Do you folks feel, put a 1 in the chat if you feel the more and more Tami tries to save her face, the more guilty she appears. Put a 1 in the chat. Everything that you're doing now is showing your true colors. I called this. No one believed me. No one ever believes my intuition. No one believed me. She never wanted to come to court. She never wanted to come to court. She wants to either appear by video or phone, or she wanted to settle out of court. She was never going to dismiss her part of the case. TikTok, Tami, 12 days. I will go tomorrow and respond to your SC-105 form again that was denied. Then I'm going to go to the post office and mail it out to you like I'm supposed to do, certified mail. So that way you don't say, oh, he didn't respond to that. The only things I will respond to you are official court documents. When it came to asking you for the money, because I felt it was dangerous and it's still dangerous to communicate with you, because look what you're doing. In any other way but here, I don't have to ask you for the money. I don't. You saw the website. You even took a screenshot of my community posting where I showed the law. Tami, you could sit there all day, every day, screenshotting everything and submitting pages of nonsense to the court. Nonsense stuff that's irrelevant. And it's not going to change what's meant to be. Now, what's meant to be is up to the judge, right? What's meant to be is up to the judge. But you folks tell me in the chat, when the judge sees all of this just crazy, ridiculous, irrelevant evidence, a lot of it is just made up stuff on YouTube or taken out of context, what do you think the judge is going to say and do? Please smash the thumbs up. Please share this out. We have 10 box, 49. Sorry, we have 10 thumbs up and 51 in the box. This is the third time she did this to other people, so she thought 3 strike was an out. We got a bunch of ones here. Shiroma says only YouTube has the authority to terminate a channel. She's suing the wrong person. Right. That's exactly what the judge is going to tell you. Now, I'm not trying to put words in the judge's mouth. I'm stating my opinion using logic and reasoning, Tami, which you're not using logic and reasoning, because if you use logic and reasoning, then you're going to have to admit to your audience that you were wrong all along. And then they're all going to leave you high and dry, right? Is that what you're worried about? You're worried about the Coach Eli haters and Coach Jay leaving you high and dry? You are definitely at the very least suing the wrong person, but you don't have a case against YouTube either, because you were impersonating my channel. You did it as a trolling technique gone bad. That's the bottom line. End of story. Nothing less, nothing more. Natasha, All I'm going to say is that the opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. I'm here for the wonderful people in chat and to support Eli. The rest I couldn't give less of a fuck about. Well, thank you, Natasha. Now, somebody blocked Natasha here recently. I'm not going to accuse anyone. I was going to moderate you anyway, Natasha, but now I've moderated you and they can't ban you. Only I can ban you. Only Don and I can ban you because Don has manager access to my channels. And she's also she's a managing moderator and she's a channel manager too. Only Don and I can manage the mods. No one else can. Yeah, you're very welcome, Natasha. I apologize for any, I apologize for any harm this may have caused you or any distress this may have caused you. But it's nowhere nearly the amount of intentional emotional distress that Tami has done to me. And continues to do. Just because, Tami, you can't let it go. You don't want to let it go. That's fine. Let's keep going. Keep filing whatever you want to file. We're 12 days away. And all I'm going to say is I will see you in court on the 18th. If you don't show up, then I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, Sharoma, I don't want to talk about Tami's daughter. That's not my place or anyone's place. And Tami, again, people talking about your daughter is not against the law. It's not harassment. I'm just choosing to not do it. People are stating that, you were wasting your time going at people like Scotty and others over having concern for your own family. I'll just put it to you that way. That's all I'm saying. And you know what? I really can't blame them for feeling that way. No one's attacking you. I'm not attacking you. Again, I forgive you. I'm going to keep forgiving you, Tami. Like I said on the stream the other day, I forgive you. I already forgive you for filing this bogus paperwork again. Trying to dismiss the countersuit, trying to request appearing remotely for the second time, trying to, request to dismiss my countersuit for the second time in like a couple weeks. The remote appearance, you tried to do that initially 4 or 5 months ago or 4 months ago, but still, you're asking for the same thing. And what do you think I'm going to write on my paper in response? She's asking for the same thing twice. And to the court, I now have to defend myself a second time for the same thing. And now the court has to waste more resources to review this stuff, right? That's all you keep doing, Tami. You keep on wasting police, government, emergency resources to try to weaponize that against people that you feel have wronged you or people that you're jealous of or wish you could be like. That's pretty sad, Tami. That's pretty sad. That's what this all boils down to. You know what? I was about to go on a third lap, and I'm not going to because I got to go home, take the dogs out to use the bathroom, and then I gotta go see Dawn before the hospital closes. $58 in the box, $59 in the box, 11 thumbs up. I really thank everyone. There are a lot of people that have come back. Donnie Shasho, if you're watching, email me again. I forgive you, Donnie. I forgive everyone. I got your email, and I haven't had a chance to respond yet. There's been a lot going on. Plus, my woman's been in the hospital having surgery. I'll bring you back, Donnie. I'll bring you back, and I'll remod you. I'll give you another chance, Donnie. You know why? Because I forgive you, and I like what you said to me. You said that was the best show I ever did, and I actually believe you. Because I am forgiving everyone. I forgive you, Tam. I forgive you for all this ridiculousness. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop defending myself against all the stuff you're doing. You're just leaving me with no choice but to defend myself. And I've been praying for you, Tammy. I've been praying that you do the right thing, but obviously you just don't want to stop. I have tried to give you so many ways to handle this the right way where we just move on, and you don't want that. You're more concerned with saving face and your reputation amongst a bunch of imbeciles on YouTube. Bottom line, that's my opinion. They're imbeciles. They are. They're scumbags. That's what they are. And if you say you're better than these people, then why don't you rise above them instead of catering to them at their level? Don't forget to overload on vitamin C, Eli. Get well soon, says Shiroma. Thanks for the dawn update. Send her my love and well wishes. Will do. I've already done it. I'll do it again. Eli, watching you is like deja vu because my husband went through the same thing with me. Please take care of yourself. No, we're doing good. Don and I are doing great. Don's going to be fine. I'm healthy. I'm all good. But I appreciate the concern. I really do. That's all you do, Tammy, is you file frivolous shit about people that you feel have wronged you or people you feel you can destroy to make yourself look better. You file frivolous stuff. That's all you do. I'm not scared of you, Tammy, and I'm not scared of you in that aspect there. What I feel makes you dangerous is communicating you in a non-official court way, because you take things out of context. That makes you dangerous to use things against me that I've never done. But besides that, I'm not afraid of your threats or anything like that. You know, all of your, things that you keep filing to try to destroy my life or try to, try to load me up with so much paperwork. That is the reason why you were countersued for intentional infliction of emotional distress. You're intentionally filing these. Honestly, I'm going to wrap up by saying this, and you folks let me know what you think before I go. See, Tammy, I think you just, and I can't speak for the judge, but if I had to guess, you just won me my case on intentional infliction for emotional distress, right? Because you're now filing the same things twice that more than likely you're going to get denied. And you're doing it because you want to bury me in paperwork, whether more than likely you'll be denied, but you're doing it because you want to bury me with paperwork. That's called intentional infliction of emotional distress. If you feel that's what it is, and you understand that, and Tammy doing this is basically more so solidifying my case, I'm just curious to get your opinions in the chat. Let me know in the chat. What do you think? Eli, did you see the Glassdoor reviews on Tammy? No, I haven't, and I don't really care to. I mean, I'm not here for anything besides this case and moving on from it. How can you prove Tami's intentions? Sounds like a non-starter to me. Richard T, I think you're Coach J, to be honest with you. And because, you always respond to things in ways that are opposite of what makes sense. Unless Tami admits what you think she's doing, it's her word against yours. No, it's not her word against mine. She's overloading me with paperwork on purpose. She's now submitted the same request twice in a row. She just requested 2 weeks ago to dismiss my countersuit on the same form. It was denied. She requested it again because now she wants to try to weasel her way out of showing up to court, which the court more than likely is not going to request that. I'm sorry, it's not going to approve that. Because she sued me here as part of her business thing. So she has to come and show up here in person to defend her case, right? Now, what she can do is request a continuance, but if she does do that, then I will request that it not be continued because this has already wasted enough of my time and caused me enough emotional distress, and we'll see what happens. I doubt they would approve a continuance. In this case, I doubt they would approve a continuance. He told me, Honda, Richard, if anyone has eyes, can see, ears can hear, there's not much to figure out. Yeah, no, Richard's been more so, taking Tami's side. Like, I honestly think Richard is Coach J in disguise. Coach J is so obsessed with my content. Like, he wants to chat here so badly. He wants to so badly be a part of this. Oh, yeah, one more thing before I go. So, GLM put out a video on her channel, right? I guess on some Jamie stream or something, Mrs. Ka was saying that, like, I paid GLM to come at somebody or harass someone. And GLM got pissed because that never happened. And she was like saying, that never happened. Eli never paid me for anything. Eli's never done any of this. Why do you guys keep making this shit up? Because they're mentally and emotionally unstable people. Those Ka's. Mrs. Ka is just a very angry and bitter woman. She's a scorned wife or whatever. She's just miserable about something. Like, no woman in her right mind, or no person, male or female, in their right mind would continue to make shit up just to try to make another person on the internet look bad. It's just stupid, the level that these people have taken this to, right? It's okay. I'm here. I'm still standing. I'm not going anywhere. And all of you are just showing your true colors, one after the other. You all just keep like falling like flies. I mean, you're doing that to yourself. Eli never asked me to assault anyone. I don't know why she would lie about that, says GLM. Because it's not even the fact that she hates me. She hates herself, GLM. She's a miserable person. That's all. That's all it boils down to, is she's miserable. And if she's miserable, she feels I shouldn't be allowed to be happy. That's all it boils down to. It's as simple as that. Hey, how you doing, Sharon? Savage Angel Sharon's in the chat. We got people modded up here. No one's conspiring here. There's no third-party harassment, Tami. There's no third-party harassment. These people just want to move on from all the drama. You just want to make whatever you can up that you can hopefully try to get this dismissed and get your video appearance approved. I mean, come on. I mean, I'm not surprised you pulled this. I knew you were going to pull something. I just was wondering what it was going to be. I didn't think you were going to request to appear remotely for a second time. But, I mean, obviously you're showing your cards. You never wanted to come out here. You thought you were going to be able to bully me into submission and pay you money through a settlement offer that I was never going to settle. And then you never thought I was going to countersue you for exactly what you're doing. I guess live and learn, Tami. And in 12 days, we'll figure out the fate of this whole thing. Until then, well, I'll be back here for my audience, but until then, do what you got to do. I still forgive you. I have hope that one day you will turn things around for yourself. And I hope you will turn to the Lord for forgiveness of your own sins. Because I already forgive you for the ones that you've, created upon me. Yeah, certain people think because we are civil, you are so-called paying me, LOL. Paranoid people. People need to get off those Scooby snacks. Yeah, you're right, Sharon. 66 minutes, an hour and 6 minutes. We're leaving 41 in the box, 11 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up and share this out. I bet she's going to do something outrageous a few days before the 18th. I really don't care, dude. Whatever she does, we'll deal with it at that time. With that being said, have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.